Hi, in this lesson I want to explain you what are variables. Variable is actually some black box, some space in the computer's memory which has a name. For example, this black box is named A. A is the name of this box, and we can insert something into this box. For example, the number 2 will be inserted into the box, and then it will include inside the number 2. Okay, so a variable is some space in the computer's memory, some black box that can include some kind of values. Okay, so when we are creating a C program, we can tell the computer that we want to save some space in the memory, to create some black box in the memory, and later during this program we will be able to input some values into this A box, and we will be able even take out those values and change them during the program. Okay, so let's try to declare a basic variable inside our program. In C language, whenever we are declaring a new variable, we need to mention what will be the type of this variable. What will be the type of the values that will be inserted into the box. In this case, we are inserting 2. 2 is an integer number, so we need to define that the type of the values which will be inserted into our A variable will be integer. If we want to insert 1.7 value, for example, into the box, we need to declare it as a float variable, which will include real numbers and not only integer numbers. If we want to insert a letter, for example A, into our box, into our variable, we need to declare it as a char. So let's go to our editor and let's declare a new variable. Okay, let's declare integer variable and let's name it A. Okay, so basically we declared a new box which is named A, and this box is actually some space which is saved by the computer in the memory, and we will be able to insert some values into this box. So let's do it. Let's assign a value to our variable. For example, A is equal to 5. Okay, so now our A box is including the number 5. Okay, let's create another box which will be also integer. So I can just add a comma here and add the name of the second variable, and the name is B. The name of the box is B. Let's make B equal to 10. Okay, great. Now let's declare another variable which will be float and will be called C. Okay, now let's perform some kind of expression. C is equal to A divided by B. Sorry, the slash should be in the other direction. Okay, so basically C should be now equal to half 5 divided by 10. That is 0.5. Okay, because C is a float number, it can include a real number. If C would be integer, in this case it would be rounded to an integer, to 0 or to 1. Okay, but we'll discuss it later. For now, I just want you to be able to create, to define variables and to use them. Let's also add a new variable. Let's use the char variable. This variable can hold a letter, so let's name it let, and let's assign the letter A to this variable. Okay, great. So we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes, and each box has a different value. A box has 5 inside, B has 10 inside, C has the result of this calculation inside, and let is including the A letter. Okay, great. Another way to assign something to variable is to do it here while declaring it. Just after the declaration, we can already add some kind of initial value to our variable, and we will be able to change it. Let's talk about the names of our variable. We have some rules in the C language about naming those variables. Okay, let's try to add a new variable and name it Alex. Okay, great. No problem about that. We have no mistake or a red line here. Let's try toAlex variable. Okay, we have the red line, we have the mistake here. Let's see what is the mistake. Okay, and we can see that unable to resolve this identifier Alex. The problem is that variable cannot start with a number. We can only start it with a letter or with underscore. Okay, let's try something else. Let's write Alex Flow. It is also not good because we have a space inside our variable name. It is not allowed. So let's insert underscore here. Now it's okay. And let's add another variable which will be named printf. And this mistake is dangerous because we don't have any warning, we don't have a red line here, but you should remember that we used printf in our last lesson, and printf is actually a function that is printing something on the screen. So this name has some meaning in the C language, and that is why it can't be used as a variable name. For example, this return caption, which currently you don't know what it means, but you do know that it has some meaning in the C language, and that is why it can't be used as well as the name of a variable. So you just need to think about unique names which does not have any meaning in the C language. And that's actually the way to name your variables, nothing too complicated. So I think that we can finish this lesson, and in the next lesson let's talk about different expressions and performing different calculations and manipulations on our variables.